Round one. Ready?
Alright.
Go!
Well, it's Monday, so let's have some Monday VF. Kind of missed out on the weekend, but the weekend was still fun. Had the Japanese tournament, and that was pretty good. I enjoyed watching the Japanese tournament, Season 0 final, and that was a lot of fun. It was great watching on Shido. I was watching on Shidosha's stream, so he was doing a room party. And yeah, that was my weekend VF. So here we are with Monday VF. Let's see how it goes. Let's take a look at some of the rooms, see what's going on. If you would like to play with, I'm always happy to play with anyone. But yeah, let's have a fun Monday VF, you know? I hope everyone's off to a good week, or starting off the week pretty good. Let's see. Yeah, there's also, we had news, custom items are coming, thank goodness. Of course we know that was coming, but it's just taking a long time. And that's a lot of assets they're creating, and a lot of the items also have special win poses, so that's not nothing, you know. Let me see here. What is this room? So many players. Do I know anybody in here? What is this room? I don't know anybody in here. Let's jump out. I don't want to scare that room. Okay. And then, what's that dude? Nightlife. That would be Europe. Could also be East Coast. I've seen Ransom before, they're pretty good. But there's a red in there. Very mixed and interesting group. Got another... Not the first Ganya that I've ever seen online. Okay, so... Let's see. Also, there's merchandise this week. Again, if anybody would like to play, just let me know. I'm just logging in, seeing what's up today. But the merchandise looks cool, and it looks like there might be a US release of the Akira figure, so I'm hoping that's true. That's just pure speculation because of the US arm of I think of the figure maker kind of just, you know, retweeted it, and it looked like they're suggesting that there'll be a US release of the Akira figure that's coming out in Japan in December, and I think that's pretty cool. I want to get one, even though I already have a Akira statue. I would like to have that Akira figure. Let's see. Somebody tweeted online you know, Tao Pai Pai figure, and you can always use a Tao Pai Pai figure as your Lao figure, you know. And then I kind of joked that that when Tao Pai Pai sticks out his tongue, it's actually Lao indicating that he's sick. You know. There's also Virtua Fighter Craft Beer. That looks cool. I don't know if I want to import that from Japan and then drink it, but I'm not even really a beer drinker. So, yeah. I still haven't fought an Aoi in ranked. Okay, good to know. Alright. Let's start with this, but if anybody would like to chat, feel free. Overall, you know, tournaments, as expected, are still kind of buggy. That it's probably always going to be buggy, to be honest. It's mixing a lot of people with a lot of different connections, and so I'm just not expecting that mode to always work that well, but sometimes to work very well for some people. But I will eventually try it anyways, just with the lower expectations on the quality of play, or of the connection quality is what I mean. The play itself should be fine. Let's see. Alright, who's up? I did see STL Tim and Jason Elbow were online, so maybe I'll run into them. Let's see. Kage General, Ripper. I think I've seen other people play them, but I haven't fought them. They've got a good rank, Grimslayer, good win ratio. That's a good win ratio. 56 is good. So, let's see. Okay, they know about that. They're waiting for that. Good to know. They didn't know. Okay. Very defensive oriented. Okay, good. So they're playing all defense and watching. We'll see how they attack now, but this will be interesting. I hit a button. I guessed right on the uppercut. That was good, but this guy knows what they're doing. That was minus 13. I should have done that differently. Nice. Nice. Hey, mister, how are you doing? I should always, like, Mitaku her throat. Good. I stopped thinking for a moment, but that's okay. 6 PP is always going to kill you in this game, especially against Kage. Especially against a defensive Kage. Alright. Really good to see you. I really like this Kage, but they're a little too defensive. But they're gonna kill me once they get the rhythm down, so I gotta be very careful. Yep. Good, he knows. Okay, I cannot expect game 2 to go as smoothly. He's going to start attacking more. He built a lot of reads in that first game, so this next 2 games are going to be very hard. They were spending that time reading me that whole time. It's a good investment. They're strong enough, so they kind of see where I'm not doing Nitaku, but this time I might surprise them with Nitaku. Let's see. Let's see how it goes. I gotta be very, very careful.
Round 2. Ready, go!
Yep, that was bad. Yeah, that was bad too. Alright, good. Oh, that was good. Really good. Really good. Really good. Daring me to tech. Like, I have to tech more against this guy because he's gonna do that. Nice delay elbow. It might not have been on purpose, but it still worked, so.
Ready, go!
I thought I had enough space. I shouldn't have gone for that. That's okay. Good game. Good second game. It's a lot of fun. Mister, did you have a good weekend? Alright. Hey Harley, so good to see you. Yep, I fell into that. Really good to see you, Harley. If you're up for playing, I would love to play.
Ready, go!
I don't know. That's not what I meant to do. I just thought I mashed guard and I hit kick. Apparently I hit kick him there. That's bad. Good game. Very good games. General Ripper. No? Okay. Alright, if that's General Ripper again, I'll be happy. I do want to fight them more, even if I lose quite a bit. I do need to work on my Kage matchup. A lot of things I don't do. A lot of Nitaku I don't do. 4 PK I need to punish, among other things.
Ready, go! Bring out!
So thought 4-4K would have hit them. Oh.
Round 2.
Understood.
Ready, go!
Perhaps work.
Round 3. Ready, go!
Yeah, I'll fall for that. Oh, that would be awesome. Okay. Okay, that won't work. Alright.
Round 4.
Let's fight Kage properly.
Ready, go!
Good game.
Knockout!
Alright, got owned there. I would like to fight more. Was that it? No, that was the first game. Then I'll fight Harley. I really like this Kage player.
Round 1. Ready, go!
Forward. Against Kage, you don't let yourself get ring out. I got used to escaping the back.
Ready, go! Knockout! Round 3. Ready, go!
patience. That was really good.
Ready, go!
Good games. It's a very good Kage for me to work with. Alright, Harley, I'll create a room. We'll see. Alright, room info has been updated. Yep. Awesome. I love working against Lao. Good to see you, Harley. And I'm glad that you're playing Lao. I would like to learn how to fight Lao more too. Hope you've been doing good. Hope VF is treating you great.
Round one. Ready, go!
Nice.
Knockout. Round two. Ready, go!
Oh, such good mix-ups. That was really good.
Knockout.
Good guesses.
Round three. Ready, go!
Nice.
Knockout.
Oh, that was really good. Man, your Lao's really fun.
Round one. Ready, go!
Nice. Man.
Knockout.
Okay, so I have to defend after that.
Round two. Ready, go!
Shit, I should have just gone for full lethal combo.
Ready, go! Round one. Ready, go!
I love the magic. I was able to get away with cheese there.
Round two. Ready, go! Knockout. Round three. Ready, go! Knockout.
Got lucky there.
Forgot the train, eh?
Don't worry. I always take you seriously, 100%. So I'm not going to take you lightly ever.
Ready, go!
So careful with your choices, and your defense is always right away out.
Ready, go!
Glad I got away with that.
Round three. Ready, go!
Nice, that was it.
Knockout.
Good round.
Ready, go!
Ah, that.
Knockout. Round five. Ready, go!
Nice, I love that. That was really good. Good game. Good game. Really fun battles. Since you know Leon, it's really hard for me to fight you, but I really like your choices, and I like your Lao so far. It's developing in such a nice direction. I think Lao is a very fun character because you have to work with pressure, and sometimes the odds are against you as Lao, but it makes the pressure more fun. So I think Lao's a very fun character, and I'm excited that you're playing Lao, like that you've added Lao to your list. You know, so
Round one.
like,
Ready,
yeah.
go!
So hard to break that online, but even online you can. So, Gentleman Thief breaks it online. I know a few people who can. Yeah, good game.
Round 2.
Alright, let's see.
Ready, go!
Maybe I'll go for the high.
Round 3. Ready, go!
Really good. Oh, no problem. That time, no problem. That was a pleasure, and you earned it. I really, like I told everybody that I really like your Vanessa a lot. Like I think you have an awesome Vanessa. But yeah, and we keep supporting each other, you know, Maki. You're a really good Maki player, and you're a fun person to watch because you have a good personality, which is really good for stream. Ah, good game. Very, very, very fun game. Harley, that was awesome. Vengeance is mine, okay. Hey, good to see you, Biff. Yeah. Good to see you, yeah. Because I go on Twitch and I noticed that you do watch streams on YouTube. I don't have the dual setup, but yeah. Harley's real monster, so is Maki. Maki's in the chat as well, so yeah, good to see you. So Vengeance is mine, you are Biff. Well, Biff, thanks so much for your support. Always, I always look forward to your comments on the YouTube. So, always happy to answer. Oh, thank you so much.
Round 2. Ready, go!
Oh shit. I'm gonna try to focus again. I think I was in chat mode. So. It's too bad you can't 4P there. You can't 4P in that situation. I wish. It would be so much fun if you could cheat. Harley does demand 100% focus, especially because Harley's one of those players where if they know the matchup, they're like insanely dangerous. Like they will beat almost. I think they're learning matchups, and that's actually what's costing them sometimes. But I think they've already learned so many of the matchups, so they're fine. And so, you know, like they've had my number for a long time. I wish that would work. It doesn't work. Man, that elbow. Like, you can't just low punch.
Round 2.
It won't work.
Ready, go!
I swore it used to work. I swear in old VF games you were allowed to, like, low punch. Yeah, don't do it when you're disadvantaged. Alright.
Excellent.
Wrong direction. I want to watch something just one sec. Man, well, you made my day. It was really nice to see you in the chat, so thank you very much. Biff, thank you very much for coming in. Yep, look forward to it. Really good game, Harley. Good set. Alright. Alright. Now I have something I want to work on. Let's see if I can do it.
Ready, go! Knockout. Round 2. Ready, go! Excellent. Round 3. Ready, go! Knockout.
What is that?
Round 4. Ready, go!
Something is causing vibration sounds. What the hell is that?
Round 5. Ready, go! Knockout.
What is causing that? Let's see if there's anything vibrating, shaking. That's what.
I want a serious
Do I
fight.
have a freaking mouse like in my desk or something? Okay. I have to reorganize the dust layers today. Yeah,
Ready,
you're right. Thanks for the tip, Maki. So interesting thing about the Leon versus Lau matchup is I'm seeing a lot of places where uppercut cheats against Lau, like more than a lot of other characters. So, Harley, if I do that slow thing, just low punch will defeat so many options. Or just will make sure I can't cheat. I need to ECD that. What is
Round 3.
shaking?
Ready, go! Excellent.
Yeah, Harley is a really good player. Like, really underrated player in my opinion. In less than 3 months, they've become like they're playing at a level that is incredibly high. They've only been playing for 3 months, but they can play so many characters at a high level that I think the only reason that they're underrated in my view is because they're learning matchups. Like, certain matchups will get them, but I think outside of that they can compete with anyone in the West. I mean, you know, I don't know about Farfalista or GT, but I'm saying, like, against most players, Harley can play. But there will be some things that will frustrate them. Nah, it's hard work. I mean, there is a talent level there, but it's Harley, like, considers a break 1 or 2 days off, and they already have proven themselves in, like, Dead or Alive and other games. So they have a history, they've got a lot of fighting game experience, but they have the work ethic, and that's probably the biggest thing, and they really, like, learn things. So they do pick up stuff. So I have a huge admiration for the way for them as a player. So I do try to do the crouch under. I think what I've tried to do is I tried the low punch, and I was surprised that low punch won't come out. So it's like, because I am used to ducking under, and I'll try to do that more. I'll try to use 3P plus K more, but it's just I'm used to being able to low punch, and right now it's not working, so I don't know. And they know Leon, so I shouldn't even do that move. That's okay.
Round 4. Ready, go!
Nice, that was a good choice. Good choice. But yeah, when I fight Harley, I have to really consciously think about my mix-ups and then really flip hard on them, just because I know that they might actually respond to the previous one or to the last few. So I have a huge respect for that. But the good thing is when someone's conscious, you can mix up, right? There are some people where they'll not mix up, and so yeah.
Round 1.
So I'll play on the unpredictability of my actual mixing up. I do like the pressure of Lao. Like, I think Lao is a very fun character in my view.
Round 2. Ready,
But I should do the Jackie strategy. Come on, what was that? Let me see if I can use the anti-Jackie strategy against Lao. I should do this against that move. I didn't expect the move, but it's a minus 15 and I know it. There is a trick that I want to use that I learned from Harley also. Harley's Leon is very good. It's very, very good. So there's a trick I do want to use again. But we'll see. Yeah, never underestimate Harley though, really. Don't. A lot of people do right now. And that's okay, that's to their advantage. Hey, Maki, rest well, have a wonderful, wonderful evening or rest, and have a good morning when you wake up. Nice. That was good. Holy crap. Ooh, hi Jinwoo, good to see you. Good morning from Japan. Okay, good morning to you in Japan. Take care, Maki.
I want a serious fight.
Jinwoo, how are you doing? Did you have a good weekend? And it is Tuesday morning for you, so I hope you had a good Monday too. So.
Round one. Ready, go!
Come on, I thought I kicked.
Round two. Ready, go! Knockout! Round three. Ready, go!
Nice trap. Nice. Good. You knew a low was coming. Very good.
Round four. Ready, go!
Good. Nice. Really good game. That was a lot of fun. Harley is really waking me up. Waking up. Getting me back in shape.
Round 2. Ready, go!
Alright, I need to detox with that or something. Oh, nice. Nice.
Round 3. Ready, go! Knockout!
Forgot to train, eh?
Round 1. Ready, go! Knockout! Round 2. Ready, go!
Nice. Good round.
Knockout! Round 3. Ready, go!
Nice delay. Good game. Oh, that should have been it. Nice weight.
Round 4. Ready, go!
Good games. Good set. Yep, it's on the correct game. Good.
Round 1. Ready, go!
there.
Knockout. Round 4. Ready, go!
Good game. Good round.
Round 5. Ready, go!
Yellow and 6 XP. I mean 6 hit.
Knockout.
Ah. Slowing all of them. Okay. Good one.
Round 1. Ready, go! Knockout. Round 2. Ready, go! Knockout. Round 3. Ready, go! Knockout. Round 4. Ready, go! Knockout.
The rising attack didn't come out. I did standing kick.
Ready, go! Knockout.
Ah, good game. That was exciting. That was really exciting. Alright. Thanks a lot. I'll do that. He is reading it, but I mean he's reading the chat, but we'll see how that works. But that's a good point. Thank you very much.
Ready, go! Knockout. Round 2. Ready, go!
thanks.
Knockout. Round 4.
Thanks a lot for the tip, Juice.
Go. Knockout.
Forgot to train, eh?
Alright, thanks. Oh, look at that. That's a good one.
Go. Knockout. Round 2. Ready, go.
Side jab is nasty.
Knockout. Round 3. Ready, go.
My bad. Yeah.
Round 4.
I think Law's pressure games like that, yeah. Alright, now we're down the down territory. Nope, ring out.
Ring out.
Let's see.
Round 1. Ready, go. Knockout.
I held guard too early.
Round
Must be
2.
really tiny.
Ready, go.
That's a bad move too, because it's 20 damage.
Knockout.
Back throw. Alright, let's play careful now.
Ready, go.
bad. Good set. Good set, Harley.
Round one. Ready, go!
Oh, that was missed off tricky. Missed her way up though.
Knockout.
Can't do it from that situation.
Round two. Ready, go! Knockout.
That was always good. That throws 3 times.
Round three. Ready, go! Knockout.
I'm getting too passive right now. I'm trying to check everything. It's not good. Even though I did not convert. Okay. Yeah.
Round one. Ready, go! Knockout. Round two. Ready, go!
Ah, punishable.
Knockout. Round three. Ready, go! Excellent. Round four. Ready, go! Knockout. Round five. Ready, go! Knockout.
Yeah, absolutely. It's in the room description. Please, please do. Please do.
Round one.
It's gonna be good to have you,
Ready,
Juicebox.
go! Knockout.
Enough lead there. Must be guaranteed.
Round two. Ready, go!
Oh, so owned.
Knockout.
Nice. Nice, Harley. Alright, here we go.
Round three. Ready, go!
Oh, really?
Knockout.
Nice pun there.
Round four. Ready, go!
Which one? No. The 4/4 P plus K. It's like plus 24 on counter hit. It was a red. It was a red spark. But yeah, on normal hit, yellow flash, it would be 6/6 KK. You're correct on that. But it was a red spark. Okay. All right. Awesome. Man, really fun fighting your Lao. I had a lot of fun fighting your Lao, Harley. Thanks a lot. I'm gonna use the restroom and be right back. But
Round one. Ready, go! Knockout. Round two. Ready, go! Knockout. Round three. Ready, go! Knockout. Round four. Ready, go! Knockout. Round one. Ready, go! Knockout.
Oh no. No. Maybe they're still fighting, but that's too bad. Alright, we'll figure out how their match is going. Let's see who else is streaming VF right now, just like considerable bulk. Okay. Letter FTV, which is Korean matches. Lightwing Dragon's nice European player. I think he's European. Back to the Alright, congratulations Juicebox. I didn't get to watch that, but hope that was really fun matches. Okay. Thanks so much for playing today. Yeah, I know you're gonna say something like that. Up 13. Okay. I can do this.
Ready, go!
Nice. Itaku, okay. Really good round.
Round 5. Ready, go!
Good game. Okay, thanks. Yeah. Thanks a lot for that tip.
Round 1. Ready, go!
Connection must have probably messed him up on a couple options. I felt some hiccups there.
I thought I'm better. Round one. Ready, go!
Nice bit to him.
Ring out. Round two. Ready, go!
Hey, Talon, good to see you. Really? I thought I blocked. Okay.
Knockout.
Must have been meaty timing again. Oh, come on, don't disconnect.
Ready, go!
Nice, nice mix up.
Excellent.
Yeah, the evade was successful. No buttons pushed.
Round four. Ready, go!
Nice.
Knockout. Round five. Ready, go! Knockout. I want a serious fight.
Good games, Juice. We're gonna do the... Talon plays VF. Talon's got a really nice Sean. It's defensive, but drives me nuts. Really good. Really good job.
Ready, go! Knockout.
Okay.
Round two. Ready, go!
Nice.
Knockout. Round three. Ready, go!
Nice. Good game.
Ring out. Forgot to train, eh? Round one. Ready, go! Knockout! Round two. Ready, go! Knockout! Round three. Ready, go! Knockout! Round four. Ready, go!
Good game.
Knockout! What a knucklehead!
Sounds good. Thank you very much, Harley. Thanks a lot for all the games. Had a lot of fun today. Let's see here.
Round one. Ready, go! Knockout! Round two. Ready, go! Knockout! Round three. Ready, go! Knockout!
Yeah, it's really for that. It's Nitaku either direction. So, yeah. Dang it again. Anyways, the nice thing is that it's 21 damage so that it can be used as a is an anti-rising attack, but if you do hit the right rising attack, you get a free throw. If they turn, I think so. I'm sad I won't get to watch that match again. It got disconnected again. So, spectator disconnect. Yeah, it's for evasion, counter hit, and rising attack. So that's what Leon's sidekick is mainly good for. Yeah. I like kick plus guard. But 3K will beat both low rising attack and mid rising attack. But yeah, kick and guard is pretty awesome though. It's really awesome. I'm not good at it, but I will work on it. I'll work on setups. Because I would really like to put that in my game. Do you have any good setups though for the kick guard rising? Like anything that times pretty well with it? Alright, yay, reconnect.
Round 1. Ready?
Okay, that's weird. Or maybe did they jump back to room? And restart? I don't know. Or it could be like what I saw before where we're watching like the first game while they're playing the second game. That might be why this looks like it's playing fast. Yeah, I need to really work on that though, because kick guard rising attack is really good. I'll try to watch Japanese matches to see where they're using it. Yeah, I have a feeling we're watching the replay, and the other games are going. We'll see. It is? Okay, awesome. Thanks.
Knockout. Round 3. Ready? Go!
At least it's possible to resync during the set. And that Pi, both the Pi's launches are nasty. Her counter hit launching, that's a really, it's like, you know, it's like better than a real uppercut because it's two-hand, so Yin Yang can't deal with it. And a lot of reversals can't deal with it. A lot of Pi's cannot deal with it. So that makes Pi's rising double hand a superior uppercut. You know, it's got very similar stats as a counter hit uppercut. And then she's got 3 kickless card, which is an awesome knee substitute. And I think better in some ways because of the things you can actually crush. But with very similar stats as those. That said, you know, Pi's got a lot of trade-offs. She works a little harder to make a damage, especially against heavier. Oh, awesome. Is it Tricky? It's Tricky. Tricky's in. Thank you very much for joining, Tricky. Really happy to have you here. Alright.
Round 1. Ready? Go!
Oh, it looks like my combo. Oh, thanks. Awesome. That's awesome. Didn't know it got set up like that. That's really good. I'll try that.
Round 2. Ready? Go!
So that sets up the usual forced side turn game that Rion has. Like 3K throw PKP, and then guard break, or another half circle on his board.
Round 3.
If it's but Tricky knows how to defend against 3 of those options. Tricky knows how to block the mid, duck the PKP, and throw escape, the side throw. It's a very difficult, with practice not as difficult, option select. Because it's like, you gotta hold like 3, and you gotta do like 3 like a fuzzy guard into 6, or 1 into 4. God, yeah. But they've got, yeah. Oh, okay. So dash in the kick guard. Okay.
Round 4.
Yep. Good to see you here, Tricky.
Round 5. Ready, go!
My pleasure. Mondays work pretty good like this, so I think. Anyways, this today does. I don't have too much to do today, but some Mondays I have a lot to do. It's good. It's good to just relax it, you know. You just did a dissertation. Oh man, that's cool. Yeah, and you get the free throw. Thank you very much, Harley. Harley, thanks so much. Hey, have an awesome evening, and I hope to play with you a bit later, Harley.
Round 1. Ready, go!
Oh, I thought I was gonna get it. Nope, ring out. Nope, no ring out.
Ring out. Round 2. Ready, go!
Nice. Good. Good round. Good luck with the further drafts.
Round 3. Ready, go! My time is here.
I thought I got some good hits in there.
Knockout.
I gotta break the stagger for blocking low there. Nice. More staggers to learn. That was a cool stagger.
Ready, go! Round 5. Ready, go! Knockout. Forgot to train, eh?
This game. It's like we're fighting hard for Tricky to fight Tricky here. And Talon, you're always welcome to join the room if you want to.
Ready, go! Knockout! Round 2. Ready, go!
Nice. Nice. Yeah, I don't know what to do there.
My time is here! Ring out!
Yeah, challenge to get beat up by the monkey. So,
Ready, go! Knockout!
hey Aztec, good to see you. How have you been doing?
Forgot to train, eh?
Sorry, Juice. It could be, yeah, something like that. There is a rhythm I am playing when I play against you, though, but it's not that much delay. It's not even delayed that often, but it is aggressive. Yeah, I saw that you've been doing the MK grind. Hope that's been going well.
Ready, go!
Oh, that was brutal. Nice.
Knockout! Round 2. Ready, go!
Man, crouch backdash and I'll lose to that. Really? Wow. I need to do the better combo.
Knockout!
Okay, this into that if she does that move. Tricky, 9K is minus 15, right?
Round 3. Ready, go!
Oh my gosh, if I duck that, that's what happens. Good to know.
Knockout!
Yep. So, 15 up close. Okay, you're right. It's a move forward move. Okay. It's 4. So, and it's got like 4 active hit frames. So yeah.
Knockout!
Okay. Forcing Tricky to use the option select.
Round 5. Ready, go!
Oh my gosh, all those mix-ups completely got me. Sorry to hear that, Aztec. very fun first game. Thank you for the first game, Tricky. Thanks.
Round one. Ready, go! Knockout.
Okay, that was a hop state. Wow. What a hop state.
Ready, go! Knockout.
Man, the Aztec. I'm glad that you're playing VF at the event too. Yep, I asked for that. Oh my god. Alright, nice. Good game. Nope.
Knockout.
I'm surprised you didn't go for the throw, but yeah, good game. Oh, nice. Talon, you're going to NEC also? A lot of people going to Northeast Championships. Yeah. Start with Arlene 204. Yeah, so it's Duck, Evade, Punish, String if you aren't checking. Yeah, thanks a lot, thanks a lot, Tim. Thanks, Juice, too. Yep.
Round one. Ready, go!
Minus 13, but probably lag.
Knockout. Round two. Ready, go!
We get a quick drink.
Knockout. Round three. Ready, go! Knockout. Round four. Ready, go!
Alright, thanks a lot. Yeah, I think that's a huge tip on Eileen is despite how it looks, she's incredibly linear and when she's doing full circulars, she's actually like going all in on her full circulars. So whether it's like the spinning like quarter circle back punch or the full sweep, but almost everything else is super linear. And I think it's easy to forget that because her moves do look like they're swiping half circular, but they're linear, like almost all of them. Even I think 6P plus K is linear, but it looks like a half circular. It looks like two half circulars in a row. But yeah. Yeah, thanks a lot for that tip, Tim. I totally forgot how linear she is. Make her want to throw or sweep. Man, 9P is so nasty.
Knockout.
Nice.
Round 1. Ready?
Yeah,
go!
the 9P and 9K will just, it's not worth it because your low attack is doing such low damage unless I use like 1K. But like Eileen's 9P or 9K is like half your life almost. So you better place them carefully.
Knockout. Round 2. Ready? Go!
So, what does everybody think's going to be the what do you think we're gonna get in the next costume pack update? Do you think we're gonna get just like one set of costumes per character, like one you know, we're gonna get like E? Are we gonna get, how many sets do you guys think we're gonna get? Do you think we're gonna get any of the custom win poses from the items?
Round 3. Ready? Go!
I'm not expecting too much, but I'm expecting a decent chunk, but it's not gonna feel like enough for everybody because it's not gonna be like the full package that we're used to with Final 7. Oh my gosh, again. I'm so sad. So sad, gotta... Yeah. Maybe we'll get yeah, maybe we'll get the horn for Brad. Well, it's not gonna be buffs on the it's not gonna be buffs in the gameplay, that's for sure. But... How did the game go? So, alright, congrats Juicebox on the win. Go's really good, but I do think like at a higher level you kind of want to do more of like the reverse Nutaku game more. But he can do it all. That's all that good stuff.
Ready?
Yeah, do 6K that one.
Ready? Go! Knockout! Round 3. Ready? Go! Knockout! Round 4.
Yeah, I'll give you some tips later on that. It's harder to do, but you sometimes want to cancel with the dash. Good, go for that.
Knockout.
Good, go for that. Finish the evade.
Ready, go!
Wrong move. I meant to do 6k plus G. But I still didn't have it. Good game, good game. So yeah, if you're wanting to block while doing like evade and throw escape, then you gotta do dash cancel. If you want to give up, if you want to skip the block, you just do evade guard throw escape, and then you'll guard after the fake.
Round one. Ready, go!
Yeah, that doesn't work there. Nice.
Knockout.
All right.
Round two. Ready, go! Knockout. Round three. Ready, go! Knockout. Round four. Ready, go! Ring out. What a knucklehead.
You're vulnerable for a while on a failed evade. There's another situation where it could be weird, like media timing with John's, but no, it's not what it does there. Okay. Anyways, we'll go over the different techniques sometimes.
Knockout. Round two. Ready, go! Excellent.
I got freezes earlier. Yeah, I'm not having it as much in this match.
Knockout.
Nice. Reverse Mitaku.
Knockout.
Good game. Good game. So, in the situation you're talking about, you should be able to guard. The situation where the game releases block is usually what we call meaty timing. It happens on wake up, but on the situation that Talon's talking about, is talking about evade. I haven't experienced that. Usually that's just me not guarding for me. It's like hitting buttons and stuff like that. But yeah, the most common time I've experienced what you guys are talking about is when it's on wake up, after tech roll and quick rise. If I press and hold guard too early and then leave it held, and that's the problem I have.
Round 2. Ready, go!
Yeah, but you're saying this is after evade. That's an interesting one, because I haven't experienced that. I've experienced it on tech roll and quick rise, and we know the explanation for that one, but it's different than what would happen with evade.
Round 3. Ready, go!
But also, it depends, like, in these situations, what are you evading? If you're evading a jab, there's a setup that could cause guaranteed. That can cause you to be under guaranteed, like, PK against you for, like, evading a jab under, like, when you evade jab and you were at a very low disadvantage. Yeah. No, there is a situation. So, like, a lot of us bait people with jabs, and so sometimes in some situations you want your opponent to evade your jab, because jab is like a way to punish evade also. Let me see if I can look up the frames on it just to point it out.
Round 2. Ready, go!
No, it shouldn't be. Total frames of a jab is a punch. If you evade the opponent's jab, no, it just sets you up with an advantage. It shouldn't. If you evade, jab, 22 frames.
Knockout.
Yeah, it shouldn't be the case. Oh, 9 plus the 22. Oh yeah. Well, no, that just puts them at advantage, but it should be guaranteed.
Go! Knockout. Round 4. Ready, go! Knockout.
Nice.
Round 5. Ready, go! Ring out.
Games.
Round one. Ready, go!
No, fall for that. That was guaranteed. That was guaranteed, Ken. Thanks for testing me, Tricky. I appreciate it. Minus 15, bro. I will eventually get it.
Round three. Ready, go! Knockout.
Neutral, okay.
Round four. Ready, go! Knockout. Round five. Ready, go! Knockout.
Eileen. Gotta love Eileen. Alright.
Round one. Ready, go! Knockout. Round two. Ready, go! Knockout. Round three. Ready, go!
easy.
Excellent.
That's the danger in this wake up.
Round 5. Ready, go!
Shit, really?
Knockout.
Yeah, it's minus 15, I know. Oh, the jumping double kick is? Okay, thanks. Double kick is also minus 15.
Forgot the train, eh?
That one should be easier to do a 4-4K because you do it during the first hit, and then as soon as the second hit's guarded, you hit the 4K. So you can actually do 4-4K, punish that. That's going to be a long time, but hopefully I will eventually be able to punish that with 4-4K.
Round 1. Ready, go!
That's the one.
Knockout.
Yeah, he angles too. Okay.
Round 2. Ready, go!
What did I evade?
Round 3. Ready, go!
Too aggressive. Bad against me.
Knockout. Round 4. Ready, go!
Yep, always do that.
Knockout. Round 5. Ready, go!
Great game.
Knockout.
Really? Can I not block that? I must have hit guard early, but I tried to block that. Okay, good game. Good game. No, I tried to block it. Yeah, I tried to block it, but I guess I hit guard at the wrong time. I don't know. I thought I hit guard on the meaty timing that time though.
Go! Knockout. Round 2. Ready, go! Knockout! Round 3. Ready, go! Ring out!
Tricky, you ever see the Thai action movie Chocolate? Eileen kind of, or the fighter in that movie reminds me of Eileen. And I wonder if Eileen's actually based on her a little bit, even though it's not Monkey Style.
Round 1. Ready, go! Knockout! Round 2. Ready, go! Ring out! Round 3. Ready, go!
I don't know how the autistic community will take that movie because the premise is the girl's autistic, so it's like Rain Man kung fu film. so what happened was she watched a lot of kung fu flicks, so suddenly she's able to do a lot of everything. So it's kind of probably an offensive premise, but you know they meant well. So, right, yeah.
Knockout!
Good games, guys.
Round 1. Ready, go! Round 2. Ready, go!
Nice, good round. That was so much fun.
Round 4. Ready, go! Knockout! Round 5. Ready, go! Knockout!
I want a serious fight.
Yeah. It's okay, I should have texted many times too. Good game.
Round 1. Ready, go!
Oh, I thought I got you. Is that, so that's back? Okay, I guess it's back.
Knockout!
Yep. Finish the evades. Finish all the evades.
Round 2. Ready, go! Excellent! Round 3. Ready, go! Knockout! Round 4. Ready, go!
Okay, that'll beat that.
Excellent! Round 5. Ready, go!
Working into. Good games. Threw that away. It was all fun. It's a lot of fun. You know, Tricky is definitely the most difficult Eileen I fought. I haven't fought Mold Monkey in a long time. And those two definitely give me the hardest time. I fought a lot of other Eileens, but they play a more conventional way. But Tricky's is conventional, it's just really correct with a lot. It's really good guessing and mix-ups.
Ready, go!
I do feel it's fair. I feel like they both crush the crap out of each other. But it is forcing guessing a lot. Right now, Eileen's downloading though, so I gotta be careful about it. Not tricky downloading.
Round 2. Ready, go!
And then that, like, you can't use that opening. So the tricky thing about fighting Eileen, no pun intended, is trying not to 2P so much. But a lot of the mistakes I'm making are very, very, very mistakes.
Round 3.
So,
Ready, go!
so he's figuring out like what I'm, because he's seeing that I'm trying to crush. So and then it goes back the same way. It's like both players, Leon and Eileen, both can crush highs and lows. Eileen has makes a lot of bank though if she crushes. That was awesome. Yeah, he's got to use a lot of safe mids go well against Eileen though. So, and he has a good throw game to deal with her. She is very linear, and I need to deal with that. I'm not doing enough anti-Eileen stuff, but I'm enjoying learning how to fight Tricky's Eileen. I fought a lot of other Eileens and I do well against them, but again, Mold Monkey and Tricky are probably the most difficult ones I fought. But yeah, lots and lots of safe mates. Yeah.
Knockout! Round 2. Ready, go!
So, right now we're doing an exhibition of like the 11 frame jab characters, aside from Kage. They all got like a 13 frame Punisher. They've all got very disruptive tools. They can crush highs and lows.
Ready, go! Knockout!
By the way, Lord Hollow, very good to see you. Hajko, very good to see you. And Lord Hollow, I really appreciate your feedback. You always give awesome commentary on stream, so anything you want to say, you're always welcome to, and I appreciate it. Hajko, feel free to ask any questions you like as well. I'll do my best to answer, but I'm happy when other people answer too. So you're always a really nice presence on the stream as well. You get a lot of times you've got the conversations to keep going in a nice direction. So welcome both of you and thank you very much.
Round 2. Ready, go! Knockout! Round 3. Ready, go!
So Hutchko, something about Tricky's Eileen is Tricky's Eileen plays a very you have to have good reactions to play as well as Tricky does, and they are good at whiff punishing. They've also mapped out a lot of the mix-ups they have, and usually they're on top of it. I wonder about the connection if they ever are not on top of it, but generally Tricky's on top of it, so the mix-ups are really scary because a lot of times they're putting pressure on you, like you guessed wrong, you're gonna lose. Yeah, connection's been good. Right. And then, yeah, I know that feeling. I think so. The whiff punishing from Tricky is very scary. The use of 9K, just like you feel like you make a mistake, you're gonna lose half your life. And so that's really tough. Eileen does a lot of damage. The problem with Eileen is taking a lot of damage from everybody. But she does a lot of damage by herself. She does a lot. Tricky makes her Okizeme look awesome. And I'm not, yeah, I see what I'm doing. Okay. Yeah, you can't escape the situation. He knows. It's like, yep, you can't escape that situation.
Ready, go! Knockout! Round 3. Ready, go!
And I'm missing that combo, which I can do more damage.
Knockout!
What the heck is going on there? Okay, good to know. That goes in the double kick, that goes in the double kick. It feels like a push move, and I think it is, but it can go into that double kick. Good to know. Yeah.
Round 1. Ready, go!
Is that an option select? Is that an option select?
Round 2. Ready, go!
Okay. I swear, that was like such a good guess. Yeah. Yeah. Got it.
Knockout!
Yeah.
Round 3. Ready, go!
Good game.
Ring out!
Alright, thanks for the set. Let me get a drink while we try to watch this next set.
Round 1. Ready, go!
Yeah, that was a good.
Round two. Ready, go!
Oh, damn.
Knockout. Round three. Ready, go! Knockout. Round four. Ready, go!
Nice kick.
Knockout.
Good game.
Round one. Ready, go! Knockout.
I'm actually gonna have to move my car. You guys will get to play again.
Round two. Ready, go!
Switching to spectator just because I need to move the car before my wife kills me when she gets home.
Knockout. Round three. Ready, go! Knockout. Round four. Ready, go! Knockout. Round five. Ready, go! Round 1. Ready, go!
Oh no. Okay. Oh Lord Hollow, what was the punish? Does anyone know what the most American soda is? Actually, that's not a good way to cut. Alright. There's a very popular, still popular to this day, so we're not talking about like Kickapoo from long ago, but popular to this day soda that is pretty much limited to America. And when you give it to international people, they have a very weird reaction because of what it tastes like. Does anyone know which soda I'm talking about? Feel free to take a guess in the chat. Root beer's a good guess. Anyone else got any? Awesome. Oh, I forgot to put myself in, but you guys go ahead and play. But I will be back in there. Oh, I went away to move my wife's car. So I tried to move my wife's car. So Crazy Drunk's first guess was the correct one. Shoot, sorry, Tricky. That was not intentional. Okay, so root beer is the soda that's in America, outside of America, very weird reactions to. And it's because for everyone else, it tastes like toothpaste. Yeah, it has. It's because of that root. You know, it has that.
Ready, go!
Crazy, you're always allowed to come into. Duck's really good. Okay, I don't have a place to put this root beer. Alright. But I'm not gonna Okay.
Round one. Ready, go!
I'm not the person to ask about enforcing plus frames, because I cheat a lot. Because I have Bari a lot, but I'll tell you. Okay, so if you hit someone with +6, sidestep will screw you. Like, sidestep is what they use when they're at disadvantage in this game. So sidestep is the alternative to block. It's really good. In this game, sidestep is what people do when they're at a disadvantage but not guaranteed. So you have to be ready for a sidestep. And also, if they're sidestepping, throwing is your answer. You know, throwing is really good against sidestep. After that, it's circulars. Half circulars are good too. Half circulars generally because they're faster than the circulars. Very good.
Round four. Ready, go!
Yeah. So in this game, evade is what you sidestep when you're at disadvantage. So when you put your opponent at +6, then that means sidestep is a good option for them. So you got to consider it.
Forgot the train, eh?
Alright, let's see here.
Round one. Ready, go!
I can't evade in time. Okay.
Round two. Ready, go! Round three. Ready?
Yeah, what Hollow said.
Knockout. Round four. Ready?
Yeah, Emperor Aztec's go is very good.
Ready, go!
Good game. It does. He likes 3PP and 3K. And 3KP. Like a lot of goes that only the game do. Yeah. Oh, 6K is so good. 6K. Go 6K is awesome. If you can hit jackets, really good.
Ready, go!
Yeah, always bad to do that against them.
Knockout! Round two. Ready, go! Knockout! Round three. Ready, go!
Just tapping down to do it.
Knockout! Round four. Ready, go! Knockout! Round five. Ready, go! Knockout!
What a knucklehead.
I'm at a very big disadvantage. You're supposed to low punch. You're supposed to low punch to stop me from doing stuff like that. But that kick is a very fast kick. That kick is a very fast kick, but any fast option should beat it. So,
Round one. Ready, go! Ring out.
Good games. It's a lot of fun. Is it? It's stressful fighting you, but I'm enjoying it. I'm starting to get calm fighting you. But that's because I've accepted my defeat, and I'm just like, let's work on getting these mix-ups in. Yeah. Well, you're doing it better than me, so it's all good.
Round one. Ready, go!
So a long time ago when I was running 2 video game amusement centers, I did tell some of the high school kids they had bought root beer, and then I told them about a lot of people internationally don't like root beer, and they were like, why? And I was like, it tastes like toothpaste. So after I told them that, they threw away their root beer because they didn't like that it tasted like toothpaste. Yeah, but it's just changing the goal. Like the goal is like, okay, I'm gonna learn even in defeat, you know, and that'll take a lot of pressure off me.
Round two. Ready, go!
Yeah, he's playing with that off rhythm.
Knockout. Round three. Ready, go!
Nice evade.
Knockout.
Swallow kick.
Round four. Ready, go!
Aztec, are you still there? Let me see if Aztec is still there. No, I think Aztec is gone. But I'll send them. I'll shoot them some messages about the options they have at different frames.
Knockout.
Are they in the room? Numbers, good to see you, Numbers. I'm crazy drunk. No, it's Numbers, but yeah. Yeah, side turn stuff's just such a pain. I should know my character too. Yep. Crazy Drunk's next character is Eileen, after mastering like half the cast already.
Round one. Ready, go!
So nice damage. Very nice duck and punish.
Ring out. Round two. Ready, go! Knockout. Round three. Ready, go!
Yeah, Leion's been awesome. How about Taka? Are you not playing Taka right now? But yeah, your life is your second now. I've been hearing, so the connections lately have been better for you, right, Crazy? Like, a lot of the connections have been better, right? Yeah. I'm really happy to hear that. I'm really happy to hear that, so... I heard the other night there was there a room with, like, you, Dennis, Lars God, and Yozo? That's like amazing. Like, yeah, that was you, because I need to, I'm gonna watch that YouTube video. Dennis told me about that. Hey, Numbers, awesome to have you in the room, and awesome to have you here. If you are doing the stream, I will raid to your stream when I finish up, because my family's gonna be home soon. So I'll probably pass the room to whoever, but when that happens. But my family will be home soon, so I'm going to. I'd be happy to raid to your channel if you're streaming. But I'm really happy to see you, Numbers. I do want to play with you more. I want to play more with Crazy also. You stopped your stream? Okay. I saw that you were streaming earlier. Yeah. Because you were playing Taka Trick Crazy? I'm really happy that I get to play with Tricky more today. I feel that way when I play Leon until I fight someone like you.
Ready, go!
Let's go forward. Come on, I know better than that.
Knockout! Round 2. Ready, go!
I make sure you get proper sleep, Crazy. We like having you play as much of it as possible. So, and I'm really glad that
Round 4. Ready, go!
take the hit. Wrong button. Let me just stick it.
Round 5. Ready, go! Knockout!
Thanks.
What a knucklehead.
So, enjoying my toothpaste soda.
Round 3. Ready, go!
It's just not mixed up enough.
Round 4. Ready, go!
You don't need much mix-ups to make things more fresh. Games. Good game. So I know you're working on the Himajan homework, so don't worry. We know you're working on the Hima homework. You're also, you know, working on your dissertation for Juicebox.
Round 1. Ready, go! Round 2. Ready, go!
Nice, okay. Kick is nasty.
Round 3. Ready, go! Excellent!
Guard didn't work. I got meaty timing guard. So I did 6P instead of throw.
Round 4. Ready, go!
Nice.
Round 5. Ready, go!
Good first game then, Numbers. That was intense.
I want a serious fight.
Round 1. Ready, go!
Nice, good game.
Knockout.
Very good game.
Round one. Ready, go!
Oh, that was good opening. Man, awesome. Awesome fuzzy on reaction. That was such a good fuzzy. Really good fuzzy.
Round two. Ready, go!
Man, this is an awesome set.
Knockout. Round three. Ready, go!
Oh, that was so good.
Knockout.
Really good round. My family's here, so this is gonna be like my last one here. This is so much fun.
Ready, go!
Very good. Oh, that was awesome.
Knockout.
Good games, numbers. That was an awesome set. That's the family. I'm gonna jump out. You guys enjoy the room, and thank you all very, very much. I'm gonna have dinner with my family now. Thank you all for playing, and you guys have an awesome, awesome time. We'll watch when as long as they allow. And Tricky, great sets. Juicebox, great sets. And Numbers, great sets. And also Harley, awesome sets too. And good time with, I forgot the Kage player played in rank, but that was fun as well. So everyone have a good one, take care, and enjoy the rest of your Monday.